Let me ask you a question. How often do you think about what your body is saying to others? Not the words you speak, but the silent signals your posture, gestures, and expressions are constantly communicating. Here's a staggering fact: 93% of communication is nonverbal. That's right, before you even utter a word, people have already formed an impression about you. And if your body language sends the wrong message, it could cost you opportunities, friendships, or even respect. First impressions are formed within seconds. A slouch, a frown, or even too much fidgeting can signal insecurity, lack of confidence, or disinterest. These subtle mistakes often go unnoticed by the person making them, but they're glaringly obvious to those watching. So, what can you do to avoid these pitfalls? First, recognize the importance of your posture. Standing tall with your shoulders back signals confidence and openness. Avoid crossing your arms. They create a barrier that makes you appear closed off or defensive. And don't forget about your face. A neutral, slightly pleasant expression helps others feel at ease. Remember, your body language is like a personal billboard, advertising who you are. Make sure it's sending the right message. Eye contact can make or break an interaction. Think about it. When someone avoids your gaze, you might think they're hiding something or uninterested. On the flip side, when someone locks eyes for too long, it feels invasive, even aggressive. Striking the right balance is key to building trust and connection. According to studies, maintaining eye contact for about 60 to 70% of a conversation creates a sense of engagement without overwhelming the other person. Avoid darting your eyes around the room, as it signals distraction. But staring someone down? Equally harmful, it can come across as intimidating or overly intense. Instead, use what experts call the triangle technique. Shift your gaze naturally between the person's eyes and their mouth during a conversation. This creates an impression of attentiveness while preventing awkwardness. Eye contact also plays a crucial role in expressing empathy and understanding. If someone shares a personal story, holding their gaze briefly can communicate that you're truly listening. On the contrary, avoiding eye contact might make them feel dismissed or unimportant. Mastering eye contact takes practice, but the rewards, stronger relationships, and deeper connections are worth the effort. Have you ever been in a conversation where the other person couldn't stop tapping their foot, playing with their hair, or checking their watch? Frustrating, right? Fidgeting is one of the most common body language mistakes, and it sends the wrong signals: impatience, anxiety, or worse, boredom. But why do people fidget? Often, it's a subconscious reaction to stress or nervousness. The problem is that these small movements distract from your words and dilute your message. Imagine trying to convey confidence while drumming your fingers on a table. It doesn't work. To curb this habit, practice being present. Focus fully on the person in front of you. If you feel the urge to fidget, channel that energy into controlled gestures. For instance, using your hands purposefully while speaking can enhance your message rather than detract from it. A great trick is to keep your hands relaxed but visible. Hiding your hands, like keeping them in your pockets or under a table, can make you seem untrustworthy or nervous. Open palms, on the other hand, signal honesty and approachability. Small adjustments to your movements can create a big difference in how others perceive you. Everyone has a personal bubble, and invading it can make people feel uncomfortable or even threatened. Studies show that maintaining an appropriate distance during conversations is crucial for positive interactions. The right amount of space depends on the setting. In professional environments, aim for about 4 to 12 feet of distance. For casual conversations, 1.5 to 4 feet is usually acceptable. But get too close, and you risk being labeled as intrusive. On the flip side, standing too far away can make you seem distant, both literally and emotionally. The key is to read the other person's cues. If they lean back or step away, give them more room. If they lean in, it's a sign they're comfortable with the current distance. To avoid awkward moments, think of personal space like a dance. Move in sync with the other person's body language to create a natural flow. Respecting boundaries shows respect for the person, and that's a powerful way to build rapport. A handshake is often the first physical connection you make with someone. It's a tiny moment with a massive impact. Too limp, and you seem disinterested. Too strong, and you might come off as aggressive. The perfect handshake is firm but not overpowering. Maintain eye contact and smile while shaking hands to exude confidence and warmth. Avoid holding on for too long. Around 2 to 3 shakes is ideal. Handshakes also vary culturally, so be mindful of the context. In some cultures, bowing or nodding replaces handshakes entirely. Adapting to these norms shows awareness and respect. A handshake isn't just a greeting, it's an opportunity to make a lasting impression. Your face is a mirror to your emotions, and people can read it instantly. A forced smile? People notice. A furrowed brow? It signals stress or anger. Pay attention to your natural expressions. When listening, nod occasionally and keep your face neutral but engaged. Smiling genuinely can make you appear approachable and likable, but don't overdo it, it can seem insincere. One common mistake is letting your face fall into a default expression of disinterest or fatigue. Practice maintaining a slightly pleasant expression, even when you're not actively engaged in a conversation. It takes effort, but the rewards, better relationships, and improved communication are worth it. Your facial expressions can either draw people in or push them away. Choose wisely. Mirroring is a subtle but effective way to build rapport. It involves matching the other person's body language, tone, or gestures to create a sense of connection. For example, if someone crosses their legs, you can do the same. If they speak softly, lower your voice slightly. Mirroring helps others feel understood and creates a subconscious bond. However, avoid overdoing it, it can come across as mocking. The goal is to reflect, not mimic. When done right, mirroring can transform the dynamics of any conversation. Now that you know the common mistakes and how to fix them, it's time to take control of your body language. Practice these tips daily until they become second nature. The more aware you are of your movements, expressions, and gestures, the more confident and likable you'll become.